Hi everyone, welcome along to this live stream tonight. I am going to be sharing this from my page, so if you're joining me on the replay and you're catching this video, maybe skip forward 30 seconds or so. Enjoy the music while I share this out. If I can find myself on my page. Come on, please. If you're joining me live, that little box up there will be red. It will exist, for starters. Can you say hi in the comments below? My fringe is doing something crazy today. It's got a bit of a slant going on. I'm just going to have to go like this with my head. Right, here I am. I'm live. Let's see. Let me share this out to a couple of places. If you're with me, come and say hello. I can see some eyeballs up there in the corner of my eye. I'm sharing this as my crew, into my group, Inner Alchemy, hashtag Soul Tribe with Tulletha Jane. It's my free community. If you haven't already gotten yourself into that community, go ahead and do so. You do need to answer the questions, people. So those of you that are joining and not answering the questions, if you can't answer 3 simple questions to get into a group, then I don't think you have the tenacity or the capacity to be in the group in the first place. So if you don't answer the questions, you won't be let in. Simple. It's just one of the things that one of the boundaries I've created. And boundaries in a good way, not in a bad way. Expectation is probably a good a word. Anyway, so if you're not over there, come and join me over there. And I'll tell you why really soon. One more place, going to share this out. One more place. Shared. Now, apologies. I'm still sick and croaky. I have just come out of the flu over the last week or so, and this time last week I was in bed feeling gross and feeling yuck, but I'm feeling a bit better now. I'm just really nasalish, really snotty actually. The amount of tissues I've been going through is absolutely crazy. So I have my wee box here. Anyway, welcome along to tonight's live stream. I'm going to turn the music down a touch and maybe lift you up a little. I feel like I'm talking down to you. Excuse me. Yes, so welcome to today's live stream. How are you all? Where are you calling in from? Where are you tuning in from? Let me know. Drop a few comments below if you can hear me okay, and if I'm loud enough, if I'm talking loud enough, let me know. But welcome to today's live stream. If you're stumbling across this video somewhere, I'm Tulletha. I'm founder and creator of Tulletha Jane, and I'm a creator. I'm a content creator. I'm a digital content creator. I'm a coach. I'm a mentor. I'm a facilitator. I'm a personal development facilitator and coach and mentor. I've done lots of things. If you want to check out more about who I am and what I've done and what I do, go to my website. That's a good place to find it all out, tulletthajane.com. So welcome along to tonight's live stream. I wanted to come on and just chat with you guys in my community about some things that have been coming up for me, and a few things that came through me while I was doing housework tonight. I got home from work and I had this urge to do all of the things that I need to get done, and instead I procrastinated and I started doing housework, because that's what you do, right? And I vacuumed, I put the recycling out, I put 2 loads of washing on. This is all in the space of like the last hour and a half. What else did I do? Lit the fire, got firewood, lit the fire. So I did all the things, and as I was vacuuming around the lounge, as you do, I was just thinking about a few concepts that have been coming up for me and people that I've been talking to recently. And I wanted to share my ideas and my thoughts and my, views on these things, and invite you to engage with me and connect with me if you are struggling with some of these things. So we'll get into it. It's called Shift It. That's the title of this live stream, because I wanted to talk about some elements of that we may experience in our life, but we don't do anything about it. And I want to share with you some concepts, some ideas around how you can shift your state, shift your well-being, shift your way of being in order to create a more beneficial outcome for yourself. So I, as some of you know, I've just launched the doors are open for Inner Alchemy, by the way, BTW. If you haven't joined Inner Alchemy, or if you don't know what it is, Inner Alchemy Academy, then I highly recommend you finding out more about it, learning more about what's involved. I'm not going to get into too much of it in this live stream. You can check out the details at tullethajane.com/academy. All the details are there. But I was thinking about the Academy, and I was thinking about some of the past things that I have put out into the internet world, not necessarily like recently, but over the years. And I was kind of, as I was doing my chores, as I was vacuuming around, I was kind of thinking about this concept that's been on my mind lately around whether or not something is worthwhile, right? Whether or not something is, in the long run, beneficial. And I guess, in a way, my energy was a little bit on the fence, right? Not so much about the Academy, but about how the Academy is created, how the Academy is rolled out, how it is put into place, put into practice. And because I'm a one-woman band, because I'm a solopreneur, I have to do all of the things, right? And if you're following me, and if you're also a solopreneur, or if you're also someone that's considering creating content online or building a brand, a presence, becoming a thought leader, an influencer, whatever, in the online space, you will understand where I'm coming from. There's only so much time in the day, right? And I have been feeling like, because I'm a solopreneur and because I'm doing everything myself, I know clear as day when I have the capacity to do so, what I will be outsourcing. I know clear as day all of the things that do not fill me up when it comes to running my business, all of the aspects and elements that I do not enjoy doing, I'm not very good at doing, or I just don't have time and I don't want to do it, right? So I know clear as day those elements. And so when I have the capacity to do so, I'll be outsourcing that stuff as soon as possible, because, and here's part of the reason why, because I don't feel expanded, I don't feel elevated when I do those things. And when you don't feel elevated or expansion, you feel contraction, you feel this restriction, and that typically creates and attracts a similar sort of energy, a vibe, right? And so in order to move forward, I believe, moving forward in an expanded way helps to attract that kind of energy and that abundance into your business, into your life, right? So at the moment, I'm feeling a bit of that resistance, a bit of that condensed, contracted energy, because I'm trying to manage all of these elements. Who's joining me? Good evening. Is that you, Pip? I can only see a little face in the corner of my screen. Yay, Pip, it is you. I was correct. Hello. I'm just going to move you out of the way there, and I can see your comments on the screen. Good evening. You love my honesty. Thanks. That's all we can be, is our authentic, honest selves. So, yeah, I was sharing about the the feeling of feeling contraction, right? And that feeling attracting that kind of essence or that energy. And the last couple of days I've been trying to manage all of the things. I've been trying to put my message out there, promote my latest offering, the Academy, and still feel elevated and expanded and uplifted while doing that stuff. And it got to the point recently where I was kind of feeling like, how much is the Academy worth my energy? That's how I was feeling. Like, all of these little steps, all of these little things that I feel like I'm just constantly having to do and take action on, is it equating to the financial outcome or the financial return on my time and investment, right? And so I was getting to that point tonight while I was vacuuming around the lounge, considering, do I pull the plug on something, right? Do I decide that actually I'm going to drop this thing because it's not worth my return on time investment? And it got me thinking, even more so, it got me feeling into this concept and this idea, because in the past, when I've run certain things like this with yoga and etc., I have felt similarly. I felt like, how much of this is worth my energy, right? And how much of it am I really invested in terms of making it happen? And I realized, as I was vacuuming, I realized that this is a repetition of a place that I've been before. And this feeling and this kind of uncertainty, or this sitting on the fence around, do I pull the plug or don't I? Is it worthwhile or is it not? That is a familiar feeling, and I've been there before. And so as I was vacuuming around, I was kind of feeling into this concept of, well, do I pull the plug, and what would that feel like for me? And that would feel like an easy option. If I don't get the numbers that I want, then that will, that would make sense, wouldn't it? And then I kind of thought about that idea of, if I don't get the numbers that I want. And then to me it's like, well, okay, why wouldn't I get the numbers that I want to fill up this academy? Why wouldn't I? Because of what? So I'm vacuuming away and I'm like, why wouldn't I get the numbers? Well, maybe I wouldn't get the numbers because I am not 100% energetically committed, because I've been on this fence, right? This fence of feeling like, do I commit? Don't I commit? Do I pull the pin? Is it worthwhile? Rah-de-rah-de-rah. And I've been here before, many times before in my life. Not necessarily immediately in the, last half a year or whatever. Like, this is something that has been kind of like an ebb and flow of my business kind of evolution over the years. Not just my coaching, but in all of the other things that I've done or attempted. And so I kind of realized, I was like, okay, I see how this is presenting and coming up for me. I haven't 100% committed to this. And because of that indecisiveness, and because of this sitting on the fence nature, it's a direct reflection of me not getting the numbers that I require or that I want, right? So I was like, I remember now, I understand this, I've been here before, and now's a choice for me to decide to ditch it and to continue doing those kind of things, or whether or not I see what's happening here and taking aligned action and shifting some things within my energy state and within my mindset in order to create my ideal outcome. And so that was really clear for me tonight. I wanted to share that with you because I know that there will be some of you on here in my community that have experienced and will be experiencing this sort of on the fence kind of behavior and energy around maybe the services that you're putting out there, maybe the products or programs that you want to create, maybe the types of clients that you want to bring into your business and to work with. Maybe it could even be sitting on the fence around making a decision in your life that you want to, go and do, like start a new hobby or make a change to your health regime or your fitness regime or your appearance. So when we are in that indecisive space, we get indecisive results, right? And that was the message that came through for me tonight while I was vacuuming. And I thought, okay, well, no love or harm is lost, right? For me, where I'm at right now. And for me, knowing that my mission here in this world is to help a large variety of people create transformation and change in their lives, be it their life or their business, and to help them live heart-led lives, to help them live from a soul-led place, to help them step up and feel empowered in who they are and how they want to be and show up in the world. That is a part of my mission, and in order to do that, I want to share my teachings, my methods, my techniques, my insights around how and what to do to shift things, to change things, to create an ideal outcome for you in your life, right? And in order to do that and to reach a large variety of people and number of people, then yes, the Academy and like the other offers that I put out there into the world are a method and a tool for me to do that and to get there. And so, yeah, that was my realization tonight. And I wanted to share that because, again, this concept of sitting on the fence and uncertainty really does attract that kind of energy. And that's not always the most beneficial energy for us to be embodying and experiencing in our lives, right? So that's just my example there of tonight and how I sort of worked through this thing that was presenting and coming up for me. But I also realized that recently, it was last weekend, I was in a conversation with a new friend of mine, and it was really interesting, the conversation. I won't share the details of the conversation, but it was clear as day to me that there were a lot of the types of words and the phrases that she was using. It was clear to me that there were, what's the word? Like elements of her being really hard on herself and her not even realizing this limiting self-talk and this limiting kind of, I guess, belief system that she has around the certain things that she was talking about. And I've witnessed this within multiple conversations of late, where people are really unaware of the story that they keep telling themselves, and the types of words and the phrases that they use, or the fact that they apologize for things that shouldn't be apologized about. That's another thing. But become they're really unaware of this stuff. And so I've been witnessing these things, and I've sort of just kind of, I guess, facilitated conversation around that with these people. And I just feel like right now, being this time of the year as well, it's a really, really good time or interesting time it's a really common time for us to fall into these trappings, to fall into this place within us that nurtures the limiting beliefs, that nurtures the negative self-talk, that nurtures this feeling of discomfort and kind of like a... what's the word, like low well-being, because we're kind of in the middle of winter, right? The weather's crappy. Well, the last week's been okay, but you know, we're in this place physically. Our environment has shifted to cooler months and darker nights, although it is starting to get lighter. And so the physical elements and the physical environment that we're in isn't conducive to this light, expansive kind of feeling, right? And then you add into the moon cycles, and you add into what's happening universally, and you add in all of these things, and we start to become condensed little beings. We start to hibernate, we start to feel not so great within ourselves, our direction in life, you know, how we're showing up in the world. And it's so easy to get caught up in that place and to get caught up in all of that stuff without realizing that we start to, you know, feed our bodies with crappy foods. We might start to just hang out on the couch instead of doing things that make us feel good and looking after our well-being. Although, and sometimes that is a good thing to do, just to not do anything and to relax. But what I'm trying to get at is that there's this real it's really easy to fall into the trappings of these kind of behaviors that don't always serve us well. And unless you are really proactive in finding ways to shift those states and to be a part of community and to be a part of like-minded community, to maybe you're an active member in a sports team or something like that, maybe you go to the gym. But if you're not doing those things, it's really easy to get into a place of stuckness, right? And I'm just going to check my computer because I think I just got a message. Maybe I didn't. Maybe someone just notified me in a different way. If I'm not getting your comments, I apologize, team. So, yeah, it's really easy to fall into this place of stuckness and this place of, playing into these stories, these limiting beliefs, this physical environment, all of the things, right? And now is the time, I believe, more than ever to be even more proactive around looking at our health and our well-being. And that's why I named this Shift It, this live stream Shift It, because there are three elements within us that if any one of those three elements is out of balance, we don't live in harmony, right? There are many elements to us as beings, okay? So I'm not talking about all of the woo-woo stuff, but I'm talking about your state. There's three parts: your mental, emotional, and your physical state, right? And when we're stuck, when we're in this place of stuckness, either within our limiting mindsets and our beliefs, within our physical environment, within our physical, as in body environment, if we're feeling stuck with maybe, let's say, finances, or within a relationship, or with our communication, or if we're feeling stuck in our purpose and our vision and the way that we see the world and how we want to be living it, and maybe we're not living it and we feel stuck in this place, there are three ways that you can start to shift that stuckness. And that's by addressing either one of these things, or all of them, or two of them: your mental, emotional, or your physical well-being. And sometimes I feel like we get into this place where we're so stuck that we can't see it. We can't figure out what it is that we need to do to shift something, right? And so I named this live stream Shift It because I wanted to introduce you to this concept and this idea. And you've probably heard it before, or maybe you just need a reminder right now, that we need to change one of these things or two of these things in order to create a beneficial outcome. And so I invite you to think about the areas in your life right now where you might be feeling a bit stuck. You might be feeling like, I don't know, condensed, contracted energy like I was feeling tonight around the service that I'm offering, right? You may be feeling this contracted energy around your purpose, the way that you want to show up and be, and your vision and your mission moving forward in this world. You might be feeling stuck around where you're at in your relationship or your job. You might be feeling stuck around the products and the services and the things that you feel like you should offer in the world, but deep down inside it might not be aligned. There could be all sorts of things that you might be feeling stuck on. I invite you right now to just tune in to the things that fill you up and feel good to you and feel light and expansive, and maybe things that aren't feeling so light and expansive and a bit contracted. And think about what it is that you can do to shift that state into a more beneficial outcome, right? I will be running it's going to be a 7 days, people. I'm going to run a 7-day free video series live with me in my group called Shift It. And in that 7 days, every single day, we will come together within the group and I will do a free live training with you to help you shift either or all of those things, your mental, emotional, or your physical state, right? So I will be sharing very simple techniques that can be done within 20 minutes in your life to help you shift out of a state of stuckness, to help you shift out of a limiting mindset, to help you create aligned action towards your ideal outcome, whatever that might look like. So today I'm about to get into my yoga practice. Today is day 45, I believe. I've kind of lost count. 45 of practicing Kundalini yoga every single day. And this practice for me has helped me become much more aware, much more in tune with my needs, with my emotional needs, with my physical and spiritual needs. It's helped me get into a place where I'm more receptive, more focused, more aware, more creative. And what has kept me going for 45 days without fail, without feeling like it's a chore or a hassle, is that I know that the thing that I do afterwards, I feel so much better. I feel so much more elevated. I feel just a shift in my energy and my perspective and my physical well-being. And although I won't be teaching this stuff within the 7 days, my practice itself, Kundalini Yoga and that stuff, what I want to share with you is that my insights from that have kept me creating or tuning into shifting state and being aware and being in tune with what I need. And that's made my practice a lot easier, right? So I want to help you create a practice in your life, whatever that might look like for you. I want to help you over the 7 days take 20 minutes in your life to do something for you, to shift your state, to get into a place where you're getting the outcomes, the results, the desires that you want in your life. Maybe it is to be a more communicative person. Maybe it is to be a more heart-centered person. Maybe it is to become more empowered around your decisions and choices in your life. Maybe it is to feel more empowered around speaking your truth and showing up authentically in this world. Maybe it is to call in the stuff that you want. Maybe it is to create focus and clarity on what it is that you want. Maybe it is to, the list could go on. Maybe it is to call in the clients and the business and the creativity into your life. So yeah, so 7 days to shift it, whatever it is for you. If you are keen to join me in this free 7-day training, let me know. Drop a emoji in the comments below, and I will, when I have all of this stuff set up, I will share with you the link. It will be from the 5th of this month till the 11th of this month, okay? So the 5th to the 11th, I think that's 7 days. I have to do my maths. But 7 days with me to shift it. There'll be training every single day, and it will be live with me. And we'll get into changing your state and shifting your shifting you out of the place where you are into a place where you want to be. So that's my message tonight. I know it kind of went like this a little, but that's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it goes. Yeah. If you've got any questions, let me know. If you want to join Shift It, comment below, emoji me below. And if you haven't already, come and join me in the Inner Alchemy. The details are at tullethajane.com/alchemy. Alright, that's all from me. Lots of things to do. I'll see you in another live stream, probably tomorrow, because I'm going to probably be more consistent in this form. And I look forward to catching you next time. Remember, the time is now. Rewrite your reality. Live your life well lived. And I'll talk to you all soon. Have a pleasant evening wherever you are. Thanks for joining me. And I'll see you in the next live. Ciao.